Mark Zuckerberg really leaving Facebook? Some sources say that he is. Let's dive into it in this video. We're going to look at some information to let us know, is Mark Zuckerberg actually going to leave in 2023, or is that all just FUD and misdirection? Let's look at this article. So when I go to good old Google, I type in Zuckerberg quit, there's several stories that go up. I've went through a lot of them. We're going to go through this one right here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and you're going to want to watch this video to the end because we're going to dive into some information here that's going to help us decide, is Zuckerberg actually quitting? Because if he does, I don't think I have to explain to you how big of a deal that is to the Meta Facebook company, what it will do to the stock prices, all of that stuff. Of course, everything we're going to talk about here is not financial advice, but let's dive in. So here we are. Right away, the headline says, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg to resign according to an insider leak. This was on November 22nd. There's good old Mark. So rumors of Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg possible resignation from the company in 2023 have been spreading like wildfire. Now, what do we know about rumors, especially ones like this? Typically, they're not just coming out of nowhere in my experience. Do you know what I mean? So, of course, there's been lots of things going on. I mean, not been the best year for Facebook or Meta. So here's the leak. Let's dive into the leak. The hearsay was apparently started by the news agent, The Leak, which I find to be a fairly reputable company. I've found a lot of information from them, and I find that they're pretty good with their sources, although they're pretty hush-hush in terms of protecting their sources and not letting know who they are. So they mentioned that it came from a source of inside the company, as stated in the following report, and we'll get to that in a second. Inside of the company. Of course, we're not going to find out who told them, right? That's not good for that person, but they did find out. Let's see what the report said. So, information obtained by the leak suggests that Zuckerberg has decided to step down himself. The decision, per our insider source, will not affect Metaverse. Yeah, I don't know about that. Zuck leaves, that's going to affect the whole company. I don't see how it possibly wouldn't. So they're saying the multi-billion-dollar project, which has dragged Meta along with its company, saw significant profit decline earlier this year. Check this out. Look at this. So this is from Leaked. Zuckerberg to leave in 2023. Wow. Let's go in a little further. This insider leak makes sense in the context of immense investor pressure. It's very possible Zuckerberg's attempt at holding himself accountable for Metaverse's underwhelming, very underwhelming performance, which has seen its stock drop over 70% from its peak. I'm going to show you those numbers in a second, so hold on. You're going to see where the top was and how far down we really came. And it's important to remember that Facebook is one of the FAANG stocks, F-A-A-N-G. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. And these were the five. These were the stocks that had got their own acronym that investors just put so much of their money in. And now here we have Facebook doing an absolute nose plant down over 70% from its peak. This isn't crypto that we're talking about. This is the stock market. This is Facebook that we're talking about. Can you imagine what Zuckerberg has been under, the scrutiny, the pressure? Oh, you're doing the Meta thing, the Metaverse, how's that going? You're sucking, blah, you're ruining the company, blah, 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 blah. And it very well could be that he sees, obviously he wants to get out of that kind of immense pressure, but he might also see it as the only way to save the company is him leaving because he can take a lot of the brunt with him and give Facebook a new a start over, under new management type of thing. So whether the leak and the insider source have it right or not, those whispers have certainly caused a stir. Absolutely they have. So look at this. So Zuckerberg had reputedly set the end date for sometime in 2023. See, now we're getting specific. So what's going on here? So there's this leak that Zuckerberg may be resigning in 2023 with a date. This is sounding like this has some legs, some actual roots to me. So thousands of documents leaked by Frances Haugen, the former product manager for Zuckerberg, in an attempt to expose what she considered a crisis of morality and ethics decisions within Meta. That, of course, is in reference to all of Meta's everything going on that's just bringing down the company. Now, look at this. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Look at this. According to Statista, the Meta stock hit its peak in August of 2021. They have a typo there, of $379. And it went down to a low this year in 2022, a little over a year later, to $93. That's down over 70%. This is Facebook, folks. So check this out. So news was announced that Zuckerberg planned to stay. But you know what? You want to know something? This came out from, who was it that it came out from? It came out from his kind of press secretary type of thing, to use a White House type of example. So like we were saying, Zuckerberg has faced tough times lately with the overestimation of Meta's future, growth, financial losses, and pressures from investors. So what do I think of all this? What do I think of all this? Well, I'm going to tell you. Check this out. Here's what I think of Zuckerberg here. This whole thing coming out, it smells like it has some truth to it, doesn't it? But obviously, this type of thing leaking is not good for Facebook and Meta right now. So it makes sense that Zuckerberg would deny it. But you want to know something. You want to know something. Zuckerberg, I didn't see anywhere where Zuckerberg himself came out and denied it. He had other people from the company said it was not going to happen. I didn't see anywhere Zuckerberg actually denied it. Now, wouldn't you think that if something that big and potentially devastating and erroneous about your company came out, wouldn't you yourself come out and actually say, not true, I'm here for the long haul, something to reassure investors, something to reassure users, something? I couldn't find anywhere where Zuckerberg himself came out to deny these claims. Now, you want to know what? There's a big reason why he may not have, because it's true. That's obviously a reason. But if he comes out himself and says, no, it's not true, he's actually held liable potentially to be a liar. And since it's a publicly traded company, you can't go lying to your investors. You can't go lying to your users and everything like that. You actually have to tell the truth, or else you can be held liable as a publicly traded company, at least in America. So I didn't see anywhere where he came out and denied it. So I think it is very, very possible that Zuckerberg will be leaving Facebook, Meta, next year, right? Doesn't all that make a lot of sense? Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing you more goodness. And have yourself a wonderful Thanksgiving.